Things are heating up in Foxborough, and it's not just the weather. As the Patriots kick off their voluntary off-season program, there's a different kind of energy pulsing through the facility, a sense of urgency, a fresh start, and for good reason. This isn't just a tune-up, it's a full-scale reboot. The New England Patriots are gearing up for what could be one of the most transformative seasons in recent franchise history, with more than half of the starting lineup projected to feature new faces. That kind of turnover would usually set off alarms, but in this case, it feels more like a breath of fresh air. After a few rocky seasons, there's real optimism that this revamped squad can actually make some noise in the AFC East and maybe even punch a ticket back to the playoffs in the 2025 season. And it all starts up front with the offensive line. Rookie Will Campbell wasted no time making his presence felt. The left tackle spot looks like it's already locked down, with Campbell fitting into the role as if it's been his for years. On his inside, Cole Strange is the one getting the early reps at left guard, while veteran James Bradbury has taken command at center. Mike Onwenu, a familiar and versatile name for Patriots fans, is sliding back inside to right guard, and Morgan Moses is taking his place at right tackle. That unit is going to be under serious pressure this year, because protecting the quarterback might just be the difference between another rebuild and a real leap forward. And that quarterback, of course, is Drake May. All eyes are on him. The expectations are huge, and the learning curve is steep. His early performances have shown flashes of brilliance and moments that remind everyone he's still a rookie. During team practice, May threw 4 interceptions, 2 of them off tip passes, others from miscommunications with his receivers. Naturally, some folks online started ringing alarm bells, throwing out the usual hot takes about whether he's behind schedule or not ready. But let's pump the brakes. It's way too early to make any bold declarations. These off-season sessions are where mistakes are supposed to happen. It's where timing is developed, chemistry is built, and trust is earned. And when you're going up against a defense as fast and physical as New England's, led by guys like Christian Gonzalez, it's no wonder that a rookie quarterback is going to take some lumps. In the long run, these practices could actually benefit May more than a perfect stat sheet ever could. He's learning in real time what works, what doesn't, and how to make adjustments against NFL-level competition. As for who he's throwing to, the receiver group is still a bit in flux. Right now, Pop Douglas, Kendrick Bourne, and Kayshawn Bowd are the main targets running with the ones. That's largely because veterans like Stephon Diggs haven't been fully cleared to practice yet, and others like Jalen Polk and Mac Hollins are still on limited participation or not yet on the field. Kyle Williams, another name to watch, is expected to work his way into the mix soon as he gets up to speed. He's already creating buzz as a versatile weapon who could really shine once the pads come on. Over on defense, one of the best sights for Patriots fans was seeing Christian Barmore back at full strength. The big man in the middle was a full participant and looked ready to anchor the defensive front once again. His presence is going to be crucial as the Patriots look to reestablish themselves as a physical, aggressive unit that can control the line of scrimmage. Across the board, the turnout for these voluntary sessions has been strong. No one's required to be there, but the message from head coach Mike Vrabel has been loud and clear. This team is going to work. No shortcuts, no excuses. Everyone who wants to earn a starting job needs to show up and set the tone early, and by all accounts, that's exactly what they're doing. But while Patriots fans were laser focused on the roster and rookie development, the NFL dropped a bit of unexpected news that caught everyone's attention. Commissioner Roger Goodell officially announced that NFL players will be allowed to participate in the 2028 Summer Olympics, specifically in the newly sanctioned flag football event. And yeah, it's a bit of a head turner. Let's be honest, flag football and the NFL don't exactly go hand in hand. No pads, no tackling, no blitzes. It's a different style, a different pace, and frankly, a different game. But the move opens the door for some of the league's biggest stars to represent the United States on a global stage. Imagine someone like Justin Jefferson lining up at wide receiver in a flag football game against another country's top talent. That's the kind of dream team scenario that could draw serious attention. Still, it hasn't come without controversy. A lot of longtime flag football athletes, amateur players who've spent years hoping for their shot at Olympic gold, now feel like their dreams are being sidelined. The inclusion of NFL players practically guarantees that many of those spots will be taken by pros, leaving little room for the athletes who helped push the sport into the international spotlight in the first place. And it raises some interesting questions. What kind of quarterback thrives in a flag football format? A guy like Joe Burrow, who dominates with timing and pocket awareness, might not be the ideal fit. Someone like Kyler Murray, with elite speed and improvisational skill, could have a massive advantage in a game where scrambling and agility are king. There's no guarantee who will end up suiting up for Team USA, but it's an intriguing situation. Nonetheless, there's excitement for sure, but also some disappointment for those who paved the way, only to see the spotlight shift to players already in the national limelight. Meanwhile, the draft continues to stir up debate, especially when it comes to the Patriots' decisions in the second and third rounds. New England had a chance to draft wide receiver Luther Burden at pick 38, a former All-SEC talent who was once projected to be a top 10 pick. Instead, they went with running back Tre'Veyon Henderson, leaving Burden to slide to the Chicago Bears. And yes, Burden has taken that personally. In an interview, he made it clear he's using a snub as motivation, saying he's out to prove everyone who passed on him wrong. It's the kind of fire you expect from a young receiver with something to prove. And it naturally leads to second guessing. What if the Patriots had flipped the order, taking Burden first and hoping to land another running back like Caleb Johnson or Cam Scatterbo in the third? But the team stuck to its board. Henderson was their guy, and they believed he was the better overall fit for what they want in a modern offense. Henderson brings burst, vision, and value as a pass catcher and blocker on third downs. That versatility can be a game changer in Josh McDaniels' system. And the Patriots seem equally high on Kyle Williams, the wide receiver they eventually took in the third round. His background as a former quarterback gives him a unique feel for coverages and spacing, and early impressions are that he's adjusting quickly. So yeah, hindsight debates will always be part of the draft process. Fans love to play the what if game. But if Henderson and Williams pan out, and both are already turning heads, the Patriots could come out looking like geniuses for trusting their process. Looking ahead, the Patriots have also announced plans for their preseason, including 2 joint practices that could provide a crucial early glimpse into how this team stacks up against the competition. Last year's joint practices gave fans and insiders an early taste of what was coming, and this year should be no different. The Patriots will face off in these sessions against the Washington Commanders and the Minnesota Vikings before their official preseason games kick off. The matchup against Washington is especially interesting. The Commanders have become something of a blueprint for what New England wants to accomplish. They turned things around dramatically last season, going from just 4 wins to a projected 11. Much of that success came under Dan Quinn, who many labeled a retread head coach. Quinn, after rebuilding his reputation as a defensive coordinator with the Dallas Cowboys, earned another shot at a head coaching job. What he did in Washington was craft a tough defense and surround his young quarterback with talent, something that resonates strongly with what Mike Vrabel is trying to build here in Foxborough. Jaden Daniels, Washington's young quarterback, presents an intriguing comparison to Drake May. Both are in the early stages of their careers, both are mobile, and both are tasked with leading offenses that lean heavily on strong defensive support. Watching these two teams practice together could reveal a lot about how the Patriots' young core is developing and whether they're truly ready to compete at a higher level. The joint practices in Minnesota promise their own storylines. Christian Gonzalez, the Patriots' defensive star, will get a chance to go head-to-head against Justin Jefferson, one of the NFL's most dynamic wide receivers. Seeing these two face off in a controlled setting will be a preview of what could be one of the league's most exciting matchups in the regular season. The intensity of those practices will also give fans insight into how well New England's revamped defense can hold up against elite talent. While all of this excitement builds, it's important to remember that the Patriots are still very much in the development phase. The early off-season buzz, voluntary workouts, and joint practices are great for setting the tone, but the real test comes when the games count. Even so, the progress made during these early stages can't be understated. It's here that habits are formed, trust is built, and the groundwork is laid for a successful season. And speaking of progress, there's been plenty of positive signs from the coaching staff. Mike Vrabel has taken a no-nonsense approach, demanding commitment and consistency. His leadership has been pivotal in shifting the culture around the team, emphasizing accountability while also fostering a competitive but supportive environment. That kind of balance is crucial when you have so many new pieces trying to find their place. Offensively, Josh McDaniels continues to shape a scheme that suits his personnel. His willingness to adapt and utilize players' strengths, such as finding ways to get Kyle Williams involved early, shows a level of creativity that fans should be encouraged by. McDaniels understands that success won't come from one superstar, but rather from a well-rounded, efficient offense that keeps defenses guessing. The defense, meanwhile, is centered around building depth and versatility. Christian Barmore's return is a big boost, but the Patriots are also counting on younger players to step up and make plays. The front seven will need to be relentless, applying pressure and shutting down the run game, while the secondary, led by Gonzalez, will have to be sharp in coverage to complement the pass rush. It's a tall order, but with so many fresh faces and a coaching staff that clearly believes in his group, the pieces seem to be coming together. The voluntary off-season program may not get the headlines of regular season games, but it's a vital time for this team. The players who show up and put in the work now could very well be the difference makers when the chips are down. And for the fans, the journey back to relevance starts here. From the offensive line anchoring the offense, to Drake May learning the ropes under center, to the defensive unit finding its groove, there's a palpable sense of rebuilding, not just for the short term, but with an eye on sustained success. All of this leads into what will undoubtedly be an intense preseason and regular season. The Patriots aren't just hoping to compete, they want to win. They want to prove that last year's struggles were a blip and that this new-look team has the talent and coaching to challenge for the division and beyond. The road won't be easy. The AFC East is stacked with talent, and every game will require focus and execution. But if the early signs from voluntary workouts and off-season activities hold true, New England could be looking at a team ready to surprise a lot of people. Of course, football is unpredictable. Injuries happen, players take time to develop, and chemistry can be fragile. But for now, the story being written in Foxborough is one of hope, growth, and determination. With the right mix of veteran leadership and young talent, backed by a coaching staff that demands excellence, the Patriots are setting the stage for what could be an exciting and memorable season. Stay tuned, because as the off-season progresses, there will be plenty more developments, surprises, and moments to break down. The Patriots' journey back to the top is underway, and this team is ready to fight every step of the way. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a story that's quickly gaining traction across the NFL landscape, quarterback Baker Mayfield is at the center of a new wave of speculation after allegedly exposing behind-the-scenes details about a potential transfer to the New England Patriots. According to sources close to the situation, Mayfield has offered rare insight into the secretive discussions that reportedly occurred between his representatives and the Patriots front office. Though no official statement has been released by either Mayfield or the Patriots organization, whispers from league insiders suggest that the talks were far more advanced than previously believed. It's said that Mayfield was approached earlier in the offseason, at a time when New England was clearly looking to revamp its quarterback room following an underwhelming 2024 campaign. According to the rumors, Mayfield was initially intrigued by the prospect of playing under the Patriots' new offensive coordinator and appreciated the legacy of the franchise. However, complications reportedly emerged over contract structure, playing style expectations, and Mayfield's desire for long-term stability, factors that may have caused the deal to stall. Insiders claim that Mayfield was surprisingly candid about the process in private conversations, allegedly expressing both admiration for the Patriots' approach and frustration over how the negotiations were handled. Some even suggest that Mayfield felt like a backup option, leading him to question the team's genuine interest in making him the long-term starter, while Mayfield ultimately remained with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where he has found a renewed sense of purpose and leadership. The alleged revelation shed light on just how close he may have come to donning the Patriots uniform. The potential move, if it had gone through, could have radically altered the quarterback market this offseason. As always, in the world of NFL rumors, separating fact from fiction is never easy. But one thing seems certain. Baker Mayfield's name continues to stir headlines, and wherever he goes, drama is never too far behind. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.